This is going to be such an important movie to so many people, so why was it so important to get this made and get this out there?
Well, it's just something that every American should see. I didn't know anything about what these men and women went through until I got to be a part of this movie. Everybody thinks they know something, and next thing you know, you see it live on the big screen, and then you realize how small you are and how little that you really do know.
Good. Well, what is the one thing you think everyone should take away from this?
To be thankful for what we have and what these guys have done for us and what these gals have done for us. It's an unbelievable gift that they've all given us.
Thank you so much for being here with us.
Thank you.
Appreciate it. Thank you.
Oh, as things continue out there on the red carpet, we're going to continue with our interviews right here inside the Angelica Theater on the Drew Pearson Show. And now we're pleasure to have with us John Pray. John, thanks for being with us. John is the president and CEO of the USO organization and doing some great things there. Tell us about your role with the USO, John.
Well, the USO is a very large organization with one mission in mind, and that's to lift the spirits of our troops and their families, wherever they may be serving. And so we have 160 centers around the world, and we touch essentially 9 million service members every year.
Wow.
30,000 a day.
Wow, is that right?
Absolutely.
Man, that's impressive. Now, you know, you got 27 years of military experience and military operations experience, and did that lead you into this role with the USO?
Interestingly enough, no. But when I did leave the service after I was with the Bush administration, I felt like I was getting called back to serve. And serve troops and their families, and it was irresistible. I have the perfect job. I have the best job in the world. Right
on. Now, I introduced you as President and CEO of the USO, but you're a Brigadier General. Man, how cool is that? I'm sitting there talking to a Brigadier General. I thought the only Brigadier General I ever knew was Tom Landry. But now I'm talking to another one, man. That's very impressive. So you have a extensive military background to get to that level of the military, huh?
Yeah, I've been very fortunate throughout my entire military career, and got to do some really amazing things in defense of this great nation, and lead some amazing men and women. And I think that all Americans can be very proud of their servicemen and women. Amen.
And your military background and your background and current position with the USO, this movie Hornet's Nest.
Oh man.
Man, is it needed? Is something that we need to see as Americans?
I think so. When I first saw the film, I was really taken that I think it'll be a wonderful opportunity for Americans to connect with their military. I think it really shows many of the things that they go through to serve us and protect the freedoms we enjoy daily.
Yes. And is this the best military movie you've ever seen? We're not putting you on the spot or anything here.
I am a big fan of military movies, and there's been a lot of great movies over the years, but none of them have touched me in this way.
Yeah.
And like I said, I think it is very powerful.
Yeah, and I think it is because it's a first-hand account. I mean, a true account.
It is.
You know, it's not somebody telling the story. It is the actual story.
It is.
And the actors are the actual soldiers and the film journalists that partaked and got the footage to make this movie what it is.
It is. That's what makes it different. I think it makes it special. We're looking at real heroes.
Yes.
And we're not looking at actors, and granted, actors do a marvelous job portraying others, you know, in their films throughout the years, but this is the real deal.
And so the USO is 100% behind this effort?
Absolutely.
Amen.
This is a special film.
Amen. And you know, as a football player, we're looked up to as heroes. You know, and that's okay. But you know,
you're one of my heroes, by the way.
Thank you. We're a 3-hour football game, a 30-second, 1-minute commercial or something like that. We're in and out of your lives. But this is something that these are real heroes. I mean, if you come in here thinking you're a hero, you'll leave here knowing who the real heroes are. Is that correct?
You will, and I would put a plug in for the families as well.
Yeah.
It's not just the service members who are doing some amazing things. It's the families that are doing many of those same amazing things, protecting the home front while their service members deployed.
Yeah, and we'll see how some of those families suffer because, you know, I understand there's 6 our soldiers were lost in this effort in producing, coming up with all this footage. So it's very touching, and that's why it's so real That's what makes it real, is just the actual depiction of what goes on in that situation. And we can't imagine that. So it's great that we have this this film to show us what it's like.
Absolutely.
And we have a better appreciation for what's going on.
It is. Like I said, I do think this is going to be a great way to show and have the American public understand what their service members are dealing with and having to go through.
How does a average serviceman feel, or a member feel? Do they feel like they're fighting for their country and that they're getting the support back here when they're over in Afghanistan and these foreign countries fighting for us like that?
I'd say generally yes. They all know what they're doing and why they're there. They know that they're protecting the freedoms that we enjoy daily. You know, I would talk to the troops that I had the privilege to command, and I would say, hey, you know, I want you to know why you're doing this. And the reason they're doing that is because the people that they love, their friends and family. That's what they're protecting those freedoms for. They're not doing it for themselves. They're doing it for others.
Amen. And they couldn't do it without the teamwork aspect.
Oh my gosh.
We know how important teamwork is in sports, but when you're in a life-death situation, you know, you're dependent on that guy next to you to be prepared, and him depending on you to be prepared. You know, it's like similar to a football situation or a sports situation, but nothing as real like life as that.
Well, it is life or death, and you'll see in the movie. It's amazing that the people will really run to where their buddies are, in spite of knowing that it's going to be potentially injury or death. And they will literally run to their teammate.
Yeah, and I'm sure when you're positioned as USO running that organization, you used a lot of your experience and training from the military to do that business as well.
Absolutely. I think it's very helpful understanding what our servicemen and women are going through. Again, their families, and being able to understand what they need. And the USO has been around for 73 years, and I think we are very unique in our ability to understand what our troops need today and into the future. Yeah,
you're pretty unique yourself, because you gave up an opportunity to become even further up the chain of brigadier generals to work in the White House Situation Room for the great President George Bush, and making that kind of commitment and that sacrifice to give up parts of your career to do that. That's a tremendous. How was that experience?
I felt very honored when the president asked me to be the executive secretary of the National Security Council. And it was a position that is as civilians, and I had to retire to take the position. But when he asked, I said absolutely. I think he was a terrific president, and I really enjoyed the opportunity to help him execute his homeland and national security responsibilities.
Yeah, amazing. That's amazing. But you got the background to do it. I see you've been to every college in America, it seems like, and some very prominent ones as well. So, hey, I'm very honored to have you with us here on the Drew Pearson Show, and being part of this great film tonight, the premiere of The Hornet's Nest. Are you looking forward to it?
Absolutely. Yeah. This is I've seen it a couple of times, and I know they've made some edits over the intervening months, and I'm looking forward to seeing the final version. And I got to say, I'm really pleased to be here with you today, and your support of the military is without equal. So thank you for all that you're doing for our men and women in uniform as well.
Right on, and we'll have some other former Cowboys here that you get to meet tonight as well. Cliff Harris, and I think a guy you'll recognize by his height. Too Tall Jones will be here as well.
I'll be looking up to him as well.
Right, we all look up to Too Tall. This is John Pray, President and CEO of the USO, and also Brigadier General. So we're pleased to have you as part of the Drew Pearson Show.
Yes,
thanks,
sir.
John.
Thank you for your time.
All right.
Absolutely.
The Drew Pearson Show will continue after this.
Wow, fabulous. Oh, my gosh.
Good
You're
stuff,
great,
man.
man. Thank you.
Your measure's not found in how much time you have on this earth. It's what you do with the time that you have. These people have suffered for too long. Change the course of history. Go. Ask him what this wire's for. I don't like that at all.
I don't think you're Taliban.